Hello, world. This is Talkin Live, and we got a great show coming up right now, and it's all about the debate. Okay, so I turned on my TV, of course, I can do this, and I mean, some people think I can't because I don't know why. I'm too old, I reckon, or too ugly. I don't know which it is, but I turned on the TV and then I was watching the debate. And I hear the craziest bunch of talk and a laughing hyena on there, but laughed at everything just about it. But when you start really getting down to the truth, they stop laughing. I don't know if that problem of laughing is a habit. Because I don't see nothing funny about our country going to hell in a handbasket. I didn't see Donald Trump laughing. I seen him making statements that was serious. Now, considering the dogs being cooked and the cats, I got video of that. You want to see a shot of that? See, everything Donald Trump says is a lie, but on the other side, it becomes truth. Now, I am the type of person that believe in things that are said, and looking at the person, I can tell. Of course, after 3 or 4 years, if I can't tell someone's a liar after that, after they lied for 4 years, now, Harris is going to fix everything if she gets to be president. I don't understand why she can't fix some things going on right now.
Just started by saying she's going to do this, she's going to do that, she's going to do all these wonderful things. Why hasn't she done it? She's been there for 3.5 years. They've had 3.5 years to fix the border. They've had 3.5 years to create jobs and all the things we talked about. Why hasn't she done it? She should leave right now, go down to that beautiful White House, go to the Capitol, get everyone together and do the things you want to do, but you haven't done it and you won't do it.
Open up the oil fields, let the oil companies drill here and pump it out, start bringing the prices down. Not because you're running for president, because you care about the people. And as I was on the way over here to the studio, I got to thinking about, now, just suppose I live in this big house and I hire a maid and a butler. And I come home and my TV's gone or something like that, or maybe a valuable vase or some artwork. And I'm paying them to take care of my home. And they're not doing it. They're giving these items away. What do I think about that? Well, Kamala Biden has come into our house, America, and they're giving it all away. I can't imagine people that can't see that. And everything's a lie that Donald Trump says, but everything they say is the truth. I mean, like the dogs and the cats getting eaten by the Haitians and all that. If you keep her in there, you're going to be eating some dogs and cats. Or the dogs and cats are going to be eating you. That's basically what's going to happen to America because the waste that they have in the Democratic Party. Call me an old fool if you want to, but a fool can, if a person can't see what's going on around them, they're the fool. But just imagine you hired you hired these people to take care of your house and watch for your house, and everybody come along, they give them stuff out of your house. Oh, it's mine here. You can have it. That's what the administration's done. It said Russia, they talk about Russia. As Donald Trump, they let them open their own pipeline. They didn't stand in the way of that. Then they stopped the pipeline from Canada, laid off all these people. They talk about how they're going to change things, and they're talking about, Kamala's talking about giving away $50,000, financing this. I seen a clip where one of these immigrants, I got the clip if you want to watch it, but I didn't give it to my engineer to play, but this a migrant went into a store with this food stamp or whatever you call it, and credit to buy groceries, and he bought something for maybe $4 or $5, and his balance was $4,000. I know a woman that had cancer, got $20 a month, and she didn't have her house paid for. She'd been in bad shape. And Haitians are people that have feelings. They're a human being. But their culture is so much different than American people. All these people you're letting in this country, Harris, his culture is different. And because you opened your big mouth, you and Biden, and said, come on in, they thought to themselves, what a sucker. What a idiot to invite all these people in. They thought to themselves, I mean, I know they did. I mean, you have to believe that because there was a migrant on there a while back bragging on having more kids to get more money. You have brought America down to the point that we have no respect, just like Donald Trump said. No nation has no respect for us.
Aliens are eating pets?
And the only reason that kiss your rear end, now I heard 50 countries are in love with Kamala and Biden. Well, I'd be in love with them too if it's kissing my rear end and sending me all the money I want. This country is being destroyed, whether you like it or not, and if you vote, what you vote for is what you're going to get. And And Kamala is going to keep giving your taxes away. Now, where does a person that this guy here in the United States, not a citizen, deserve $150,000 to buy a house? Where did they deserve $50,000? You know, the American people deserve more than anybody because they're here. They're working here. They didn't come in on a boat or come across a border and get it all handed out to them. If you want to cut down on hunger and cut down on costs, you migrants, you Americans that can't afford children, get fixed. Because if you can't afford a child to take it and pay for its clothes, raise it up, buy its food, send it to school, and pay for its cost of its food or whatever, you don't need them. You don't need them. You depend on the government to take care of it. You know, people in North Korea are just starving to death, man. They just love to have a sucker president like we got. Of course, he's a dictator, but all he cares about is power for himself and the control of his people. And that's what Kamala Harris wants to do. She wants to control the price of the food. She's already controlling it. She's raising it up so high by not doing her job and giving our money away to other people, and she's putting a cost on the taxpayer, and then they want to take and tax people more because they invited the whole world into this country. They want us taxpayers to pay for other countries and give them a free ride. You know, when I was young, I'd like to have been able to, get a free ride. I tell you what did happen, though, when I was about 20. John Kennedy fixed it where people could get food stamps. And he done it for the poor. He done it for the American people. He didn't do it for the whole world. That if you watch my AI talking to Abraham Lincoln, in his exact words, and I've said this before, that money you collect from taxpayers don't belong to somebody coming across the border. It belongs to the American people. And you're going to give free health care? You're already giving free health care to people that didn't even work a day in their life here. I know people right now got the Medicaid cut off, had cancer, strokes, heart attacks, disabled, and they worked all their life until this hit them. And you know what you do? You won't even give them enough to have one meal. But you'll give it to some other country or some other And do you want someone in the White House that's going to do that? I could, but I wouldn't because it'd be against the law. I can get me a copy machine and I start copying up all the money or printing all the money. If I know how, I wouldn't do it if I could. It's against the law. It's federal offense. And it helps destroy the economy too. The counterfeiting that's going on. But the printing of the money today is going to be counterfeit at the end because it ain't going to buy nothing. Because we are in debt so bad with the Chinese and all these other countries. And you just keep on printing it up and giving it away. Iran's got that money right now you take a freeze off of to kill our people. Oh, you talk about, and I didn't hear Donald Trump. I'm disappointed in Donald Trump, the way he handled that one. He should have told her, if you want to help American people, you should take that money from all these immigrants and give it to one that worked for it. I'm sure he thought about it, maybe just didn't get around to it. ABC, you one-sided him. You took up for that laughing hyena and tried to embarrass him or hurt him because you're one-sided. You're not for America. Your media is for the wrong. Now, I can say this because it's the truth. You asked Donald Trump about something that happened 40 years ago. I'm going to tell you something. And following Donald Trump, I've seen him with the biggest celebrities in Hollywood. They love him, man. But now, he's a criminal. Biden's not a criminal. He done the same thing. Actually, Biden didn't have no right to take all this stuff on with him. Donald Trump was the president. Biden was a senator. And then became a vice president, but still he had no right by law to take that stuff on with him. We drop it because Biden lost his mind. Well, I'm going to tell you something. He knew what he's doing. Donald Trump knew what he's doing when he took that stuff on. And I don't understand why either one of them would take it on with them. It should have stayed with our government. He should have stayed in our archives with our government. It didn't belong in nobody's house but our government. I mean, if you're a president, what do you want to take all that home with you? Maybe it's a souvenir to you or whatever. I don't know what it is. But there's a reason between two people. And what the reason was, with Biden, he broke the law. What Trump took on was offered back. But they wouldn't come get it. They just wanted to make a big deal out of it. And Kamala Harris, she come up with this. you've been charged with all these different crimes and all that stuff, you got a right to talk. But Donald Trump should have said, well, if they found everything you've done, you'd be in rotten in prison for the rest of your life. If they went by the law, stand there and lie about stuff that you can't afford to do, has no idea how you can do it. And she never did say nothing about what she was going to do with all them immigrants sucking us dry. Donald Trump told her at the end, said, why don't you do something now if you're going to do something later? You still got time. You got up to January to do something. He didn't say that, but I'm saying it. You got up to January of next year to do what you promised. You know why you ain't doing it? Because you ain't going to do it. You're a liar. So, back to Donald Trump getting charged with all this bull crap. Every prosecutor or witness was a Democrat. You didn't have a bunch of Republicans except Liz Cheney. She come against Donald Trump. She didn't like him. And her ex-vice president, Cheney, he comes against Donald Trump because Donald is not liked by his daughter. And he didn't even think about it. See these guys that's got all that money, and see, you poor people out there, you got to understand, they use you. Our government uses you, and you don't make them do nothing about it. Stuff that needs done, you don't make them do it. Because one's black or one's this or one's woman or whatever, you vote because of that. You don't vote because you want your country better. You just vote for them just because you want one in the office, because never one of them never been there. Well, there'd never been a Hitler but one time, and they voted him in, and look what happened to them. Stalin. I don't think he was voted in, but Venezuela, what'd you do? Now you're running over here because you're starving to death over there. Conservatives are not all Republicans. There are some Democrats that believe different, but because they was raised Democrat, they got to vote Democrat. They don't care what goes on in the country because they was raised Democrat. My ex-wife was Puerto Rican. She had to vote for Obama because he was black. She told me that. I told her, well, that's your choice. That is your choice to vote for him. That's your freedom. But what did he do for this country? All he did is cause a bunch of racial crap. And they take it up. Biden took it up, or he left off. And I think that mouth of Obama tells Biden a lot of things he should do. It don't make sense for a country to take sides with the wrong for a race or a woman or morphidat or whatever the crap they are, put them in a White House because they want to see what they're going to do. Well, you already seen what Biden and Harris has done. So what would you think if that same kind of person was in your house giving your stuff away? And she's still going to give it away until there ain't none to give away if you put her in office. So getting back to the dogs and the barbecue, cats, or whatever the crap, come up, laughed, and said it wasn't true. When Trump said it. Don't want to get confused here. It's up and down, out and in, over the left, over the right, up in there, down the ground, about everything nowadays. Ain't nothing straight. And I didn't get that part. I'll do another show on it, but looking at to America today, there's a scripture in the Bible in Revelation talking about this head angel coming and taking a key and opening the bottom's pits of hell up, and every hateful spirit will be loose in the earth. It's done been opened up. Blindness is a part of America now. And words that they hear don't make sense anymore. They're just looking for a free ride. Not all. There's all kinds of hard-working people. But see, the problem is there's more poor people than there are rich people. And you take Facebook, Zuckerberg, whatever his name. You know, I've always had problems with his life. But he worked on something and made it what it is. But we don't see everybody going after his riches. You don't see going after. Even he said the Biden administration told him how to run his Facebook. One-sided. He admitted it. And you're still dumb enough, people out there dumb enough, after he admits what he's done, after all the charges that Donald Trump is being charged with, he has always said it's not true. And he has a right to stand up for his stuff and his belief just like anyone else. I think Donald Trump's arrogant sometimes. He shouldn't say things he says. But he told the truth on the debate. Kamala lied out her hyena mouth. Laughing hyena. You know what? She reminded me of laughing hyena. Their attitude makes them look. I appreciate when you look at me and you don't like me. What do I look like to you? Freak, monster, idiot, hillbilly, dummy. But see, I look at AOC because the stupid talk they say. A jackass out in the field got better sense than AOC. And a hyena. You know what happens when his group get together? They look out for one another. But this hyena that lasts all the time thinks everything's funny. People starving to death, people living on the street, and everything's funny, denying the truth. You know, I'm thinking, man, Donald Trump, I ain't heard nothing about that. You know, killing cats and all that. I hadn't heard nothing about that. But you know what the people do in China, Vietnam, and all these places? They take these little innocent dogs and cats and they throw them in hot boiling water while they're alive because they're starving. You want that to be here in America? Do you want to be cooking cats and dogs, eating rats? See, they have no place to go. They was brought over here looking for a bed of roses. There's a song woman sang, I didn't promise you a rose garden. But Kamala, she promised the whole world her and Biden a rose garden. On our money, on our taxes, on our labor, on our Social Security, on our Medicare, on our food stamps, on everything that's meant to be for the American people, not everybody in the world. Giving Ukraine all this money, do you follow that money that you give the Ukraine? You follow that money you give to Iran? We know where that money went. To raise armies to go against Israel. That's where that money went. And against the American people. Obama give them $1 billion or more in cash. And you American people sat back because you like him or you like his color, and you say it's all right. But I can tell you a Haitian took a gun and shot my stepson in the heart and killed him and got away with it down in Fort Myers. Because you law down there didn't find a way to put him in prison for a long time. You prosecutors are out there, a man could jaywalk and you want to take him and hang him on a tree. But somebody really committed a crime like these, we're going to say killing people, raping people, and doing it. It ain't just them. There's American people sorry like that too. But you ain't got no conscience. Well, I mean, like Donald Trump. Just because he's running for president, you're just like Russia. He's your competition, you want to put him in prison. Ain't that what you said about this guy Putin tried to put a guy in prison because he was running against him, trying to be a competition, and then finally you poisoned him, killed him? You'd do Donald Trump that way if you could get away with it. And the way it's going now, you may even get away with it with our law, but you won't get away with it with God. You'd do a lot of things yet to an American people. Because you've done so much right now, we can't do nothing. I go to the grocery store, I pay twice as much what I paid before. You are no better than Putin. You are no better than the Chinese leader, Mr. X, or whatever you call him. You're no better than the dictator of Venezuela, North Korea. You're no better. So quit judging or pointing your finger at Donald Trump because you want to destroy him because he's a threat to you. And I'm taking up for him because of what is right. You called him a liar about the dogs and the cats, and then there's all kinds of videos on TikTok, Facebook, proving what he said is true. And you looked at it, a lot of you, and you still don't believe it because she said it wasn't true. But you can look at her and you can see the groceries high, the gas high, everything going to hell in the handbasket, and you look at her and say it ain't true. And some of you Republicans out there, you ain't no better. If you don't stand for your party, if you don't endorse Donald Trump, you ain't no different. Because you're losing ground. You call yourself a conservative or a Republican, but if you don't support Donald Trump, and you know why he couldn't get a lot more done than what he did? He's too busy fighting off the line and the Russian, all this bull crap. That's why he didn't have probably sense enough to even do much or nothing because he's too busy trying to fight off you Democrats, trying to frame him, put him in a jail or get him out of office or impeach him. All the time he's in the White House, he's trying to defend himself, keep yourself out of trouble because you lying. And I'm going to say Democrats, not all of you, just most of you. If you vote Democrat, you're voting to destroy this country. Because if you can't see what's going on here and how much waste and how much risk that we are at a third world war, if you can't see by the people, and I get along with everybody, and you know why I get along with them? I stand up to them. I tell them what I think, and I tell them what is right. And I have to throw this in, and I really think this is an issue with Alec Baldwin. I think the Republicans, because he got on there and mocked Donald Trump, they wanted to put, I think they pushed that, get him charged with an accident, to get him charged with manslaughter. I really think that. And if I never talk to you again, Alex, I still think it. But I want you to know, I believe in what should be done for this country. I think the border should be stopped. I think that wall should be built and people should come in here legal. Yeah. I think all these that are here that they catch doing things, robbing, stealing, raping, all, I think they should be prosecuted. America's civilized. There's so much goes on behind the public with our government. It's just like walking into a twilight zone because you can't believe it. And I can't believe I just can't believe Democrats and Republicans can really want all of them not Harris in office. You back up the devil that you serve. But in a different form. You figured you back to come against America. Don't you realize when it gets to the point poor people can't afford to go see you'll be a has-been. That's another thing. If you drain the poor people, Hollywood, or any organization, Google, all these others that side with the Democrat, if you drain the poor people of their income, you can't get none of that money. Oh, I know you got plenty now, but you'll be just like everybody else when they die. You'll be broke and in hell. I know you, a lot of you preachers. I mean, there's movie stars and people with money. They go give these preachers money, and they're just like our government. They're hypocrites. Telling people they get a better blessing by giving $1,000, $50,000. I never saw Jesus. What I read in the Bible, I never saw him getting none but a cross and crucified for what he done. But he bled for you and me both. But healing, blessings, come from God, not preachers. And I see this, you remember Peter, when he was right up on this guy at the gate, was crippled. And he was begging for money, and Peter told him, I have silver and gold, I have none, but such as I give to you now. And he grabbed him by the hand, he got up and walked. Peter didn't say, hey, come back here, you owe me $1,000 for this. Because he told him, silver and gold I have none, but as much as I have, I give unto you. and he gave him the healing power of the Holy Ghost, and that man went praising God. He didn't have to go sell his property to give Peter no money. All apostles come together and raise money to give to the poor.
Yeah.
Ananias and all them went and lied to the Holy Ghost, and they fell dead. Because they told the Holy Ghost, they told God they're going to give him that they were collecting, Peter and the apostles were collecting to help the poor. And of course, Peter said, well, I think I'll buy me a jet. Or I want me a team of horses with gold trim on their harnesses. He didn't say that. Bring it. Sell it. If you want to, give it. And I'm going to give it away to the poor. And it worked. But you, worse than the mafia kill people for business. You kill people for their soul and their life. You destroy it because you deceive them. You take the chance of winning them getting saved and really serving a real God instead of you. You're worse than the mafia. I think you're kin to Biden because they are robbing America and giving it all away. Now, if this hurts your feelings, it's still the truth. And, you know, the time will come that American people, they don't turn around. Hell's coming to America. If there wasn't a few praying people out there, good Christian people, and I'm talking about Democrats too, Republicans, and the Democrats and the Christian people are not voting for abortion. Because you can't vote for murder and be a Christian. You can't vote for drugs and say it's okay to smoke a doobie or snort a line of cocaine and be a Christian. You congressmen out there and you politicians, you're just about as crazy as there's people in the crazy house. If you ask them a question about right and wrong, they know more about it than you do. Or you know, but you just don't. You think you're going to get away with what you do. Pelosi, you're 80-something years old. Your days are numbered by God. All that inside tips on the stock market, you don't supposed to have that. You're supposed to be over there for the American people. Anyway, if you people don't know what's going on in the world, you'll never know. But you vote what you think. You want to vote Republican. But I got some clips I want you to see that is going off, that's going to be playing. And I didn't hear Donald Trump tell one lie. And the pandemic is what messed Donald Trump up. And all you Democrats, you wouldn't let him do nothing. You're afraid he might do something for American people. See, you want American people to be like a dumb old sheep. You want to be able to tell them when they can eat, what they can eat, how they can eat, how they can eat their house, how they can drive their car, how they can serve God, how they can carry a gun. You want to tell them all this. You want to tell them you can speak when we say speak. That's what you want. That's the kind of power you want. You don't give one red cent about the well-being of our country and our children and our homes and our dreams. I want you to remember the first question was asked to Kamala, are we better off today than we was in the last administration? She never answered it. She come up with what she's going to do, which she has no any intention of doing. No intention at all to do it. See you next time.
Thanks for joining us today. To watch this show again, be sure to visit talkinlive.com. We now have Roku and Amazon Fire TV channels for you to watch from your home TV. Or find more of our recent shows on most any of your favorite social media platforms. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Good night, world. We will be talking live with you next time. The views and opinions expressed on all Talkin' Live presentations are those of the host and their guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of the Talkin' Live TV broadcast studio, or by this channel or its management.